set this started. Yeah, and we go into the first warm-up here on Nino.
Very nice. I am going to cause a 0.2 second distraction before we go into that because my wonderful excuse for cat has acted like an idiot next to me.
Amazing. Get him on stream. Get him on.
We do.
Yay.
We have a slightly annoyed cat on stream. This is my profile picture, if anyone hasn't seen it before. And my professional esports broadcast has now turned into us laughing at the cat, as my cat is pretty annoyed about and has now run away.
Didn't want to stick around. Didn't want to stick around for the top tier gameplay we're gonna have.
Well, I'm hoping the gameplay here should be pretty good. We got
Hopefully.
four quite experienced players coming into this as well. None of these are, you have some players like Josh who have gotten to game a bit more recently and kind of reached top level quite quickly. This doesn't apply to any of the players here. They've all been around for quite a while.
Yeah, I think all of these have been playing comp level since at least 2021. I think that's when Sox started playing bits and bobs. I mean, DvinJo and that, I don't really know when they started playing, to be honest. Seems like they've been around they're part of the furniture. Seems like they've been around for ages. But yeah, as we go into the first round here.
I've seen them comp level Trackmania since I first ever started following it.
Yeah, in the Baltic League and stuff like that.
For sure.
But,
Sox
as we got an early
is
mistake
the
from
first casualty. Someone's got to crash first. And Sox has taken it upon himself.
He's taken one for the team there. I thought it would have been DvinJo. But, and we find Babz and Acrose, the two players who kept their seeds, are at the front of the pack here. Acrose with a 0.15 lead. And as we expected, those two are setting themselves apart from DvinJo and Sox here, looking very comfortable. As we come into the dirt section with the dirt uphill. Who's going to push it the most? Babz pushes it too much, hits the wall, and I think he's going to take second place over. Is anyone going to mess up the risky finish? Has Babz got enough speed here?
Whoa, it's going to be shaky.
A little bit shaky, but...
Yeah, if Killian was asking what he did in the round he didn't make it, it was that, except he didn't go through the finish.
Also, have you noticed Sox's club tag?
Yes, I get the feeling he might not do the absolute best on the curb map.
Might not be a fan.
Perhaps.
As we see, the times coming in are already around about a second faster than the Div 2 game that was played on this server. Rebel setting a 1:01.5, and Acrose immediately in with a 1:05 flat. So
yeah, I think Killian's fast lap was a 1:01. 1:01 flat. So immediately 4/10 better by Acrose. So perhaps in the rare bits of time he hasn't been playing Turbo, he has actually been practicing these maps.
You would hope for Babs' sake, like if he loses this, that Acrose has actually been practicing. Otherwise, that's not good for the old ego. But yeah, Acrose coming into the risky fin section here with a 0.1 lead and comfortably into the finish there.
Yep.
With a
DvinJo a bit further back. Probably made a mistake. Don't think I caught that with battle in front.
Me neither. I did not notice that.
But Acrose already with an 11-point lead after 2 rounds. He'll be quite happy with that.
Yeah. The longer he can stay on 100 points, the better for him. But everyone else down in the 80s already. Could be a scrap between everyone, and then Acrose sat out ahead.
It's
everyone gets
possible.
DvinJo hits the outside of the dirt.
For DvinJo, and Battle Trim is down to having 3 up front. Acrose, Sox, and Babz. Sox perhaps looking for a slightly stronger round. He's had a 4th and a 3rd so far. Where is he? It's
Babz with a low jump on that quarter pipe. Interesting line.
he's keeping Acrose honest. He doesn't seem to quite have the pace to actually overtake him though, and Acrose will hold on by about a tenth here. Acrose will far better line there. Babz goes into the wall. He's trying to continue.
He's going to have to go safe
here. He's
here.
going to make it. He's going to get passed by DvinJo as well. And Sox picks up a second place. He'll be quite happy with that. And Babz losing some slightly silly points there, it has to be said.
Yeah, and Sox and Babz now move up into joint second, I believe. DvinJo, everyone's a joint second. Trying to do some quick maths
and
then.
Acrose. I would like to really take back my previous comment about him just playing Turbo. Of course, in the reverse cut mode kind of league format, Beacon obviously a completely separate event, but
yes, completely not affiliated.
Yeah, no affiliation. But in that, he performed very well in Div 2 to finish second there behind Tween and get promotion to Div 1 for the next season of Beacon. So he's shown his prowess in this format quite recently there. He had such a strong campaign after a dodgy seeding.
Yeah, and, beating
Evon, wasn't it?
Evon in third, yeah. A couple of TMGL and
very
a couple
big names there.
World Tour qualifier players were down there as well. You had Beta Toast, you had, I can't remember who else was down there. You had Nyko as a good player. It was stacked second division. But I mean, Tween was immaculate the whole season. But yeah, beating Evon for Acrose was amazing.
Sox and DvinJo really close.
Oh.
And that
that brings us to a close on Ninor, I believe.
Flat 5.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll be us done with Ninor, and Acrose has gone perfect. Couldn't ask any more of him.
Nice. He's pulling a boss.
Played, 4 rounds of 1. Yep, that is very nice.
Yeah, we are going to see how it does on Drowsy. So we're switching from the easier map, which is perhaps more traditional comp style, onto
a more challenging
whatever this is. New comp? I don't know.
Neo comp, call it something like
Neo
that.
comp.
That's what music does. Whenever anyone comes up with something new, it's either U, but NU or
NU, like new metal style. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking like this is basically the Limp Bizkit of mapping. Let's put it that way.
I'll make your
not everyone's cup of tea. It's it's definitely one of the more interesting maps. It's got some classic Jorday scenery, like hanging down stuff around the track is peak Jorday.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of times we're going to see in warm up here. 103 is roughly the pace / per second you want to be in on this track. We see a 103.1
straight away with the 103.1
in warm up.
Yeah, it looks like the best time in Div 2 was a 103.3 by it's because it says Hendo on the thing. Rebel. Jesus. So yeah, I think possibly see a couple of 102s in there as well if we're in Div 1. Either that or Rebel is absolutely cooked, but I would expect we to see some 102s.
I reckon we will. Acrose going
Acrose.
So inside there. That was beautiful. I don't think it's actually
interesting
worked out
line.
super well, but I mean,
it looked cool.
Leading. It looked cool, and he's leading, so I would take that personally. DvinJo and Babz scrapping for second place, right next to each other.
Yeah, DvinJo's going to get slightly more speed out the dirt. Who's going to get the better drift here? DvinJo goes more inside. Babz gets slightly more speed, and they're still neck and neck. Acrose still with a 0.25 lead. Is anyone going to go for the inside line? No, everyone takes it safe.
Everyone is safe. That's interesting because I've been in VC with Acrose recently, and I have seen him drive that inside line in rounds. So.
Oh, Babz is closing in on him here. DvinJo snipes Babz. Babz goes too high.
Oh. And that is going to move DvinJo equal points for him in the match, I guess. Sox dropping slightly further back now with 2 4th place in a row.
Yeah, finds himself 9 points adrift at the bottom.
Oh,
and
and
Acrose.
Acrose's
What was that?
immaculate streak will finally end, I think. I don't see him making up the about 7 tenths he'd need to here. So this is a huge opportunity for everyone else to, I'd say get some points, more save some points, I suppose.
Save some points,
the reverse cup format.
Yeah, Sox will be looking to not drop another -10 here, and he finds himself up in the pack at the top. All of the cars within 0.1 of everyone else.
Oh, I
Sox,
thought Sox
Sox
was going to
ricks
claim.
the exit.
I thought he was going to claim the outside dirt, to be honest. That was right on the edge. He's going very wide fair.
Oh,
But,
DvinJo,
you know what?
not with
Sox
the best speed.
have really gone for it this round, and it seems to be paying off so far.
Oh, very inside on that grass.
Yeah, slightly compromised exit, but still holds together DvinJo and Babz right behind him, though. You see DvinJo going for a slightly different line there. He gets the gear. He passes one. Will he pass two? He does. And the DvinJo comeback. Absolutely immense. And Babz gets sniped by
Babz
Acrose.
got sniped again.
That is absolutely huge.
Oh, Babz.
Oh, it's going to be -6 for his competitors. Acrose, I think you're sad, but he's dropped his immaculate start now. He's only 25 points in the lead after, like, 6 rounds.
He's officially human.
But he doesn't make the same mistake again, and he survives this initial section of the track, and does so with about a 10th lead. We see Babz chasing Sox. So the variety of lines through the dirt section. Some people really like to, you know, kind of ride the banks, and other people go a lot more inside, and it seems to work out surprisingly equal, considering how much scarier, like, high banks looks.
Yeah, I think the turn that comes after it is one where you don't really have to carry too much speed through, so it doesn't seem like it affects it too much. But I think the two at the back here, Sox and Babz, possibly not with the best drifts, and Acrose and DvinJo are going to be fighting for that top spot. Does DvinJo go wide for more speed again? No, they both go relatively inside, but DvinJo does have more speed.
DvinJo does have more speed.
He has got this ending dialed in.
Immense, and that is another round win for DvinJo. Since exiting the last map, he's only dropped 9 points. That doesn't make any sense. I can't add. 11 points. There we go.
11.
Perhaps even less. I think I've done maths. I'm completely wrong about it. Ignore me.
I don't know. I'll believe whatever you say.
Oh,
we go last round on Drowsy here. So
again with this tight line that seems to work out very well. DvinJo looking good again with Babz. Sox slightly further behind, but certainly not out of it yet.
Yeah, he's equal with Babz in terms of points, and he'll be wanting to keep it that way. He won't want to make too many mistakes, drop too many -10s.
Oh,
DvinJo clips the ramp.
And he clips that transition, and unfortunately, I mean, a lot of his good work in previous rounds has now been undone.
Yeah, don't write him off until right at the end, though. He could still snipe everyone with his finish. Acrose goes inside line.
We see someone go for the inside line. He must have perhaps had his HUD on, looked at it and gone, I don't think this is safe. He's scared after being sniped last time, but he clips.
He's going to get sniped by Babz.
And Babz gets him.
Oh, that's good for Babz.
Yeah.
Babz will be loving that -0.
Oh, yeah. It's, I think Babz probably sees his opponent here as DvinJo, based off how strong out the gate Acrose has been. So that is a huge point swing there. Considering, and we move on to Sox's favourite map, I'm sure.
yeah, he loves it. Absolutely loves it. Yeah, so DvinJo performing well so far, considering he's come in as the lowest seed. Came in as 14th seed, only 1 point, one seeding position behind Sox, but he finds himself, oh god, maths, 17 points ahead of him here. So performing well, overperforming perhaps. Yeah, we see.
DvinJo's time attack wasn't excellent.
Left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, I think he could have been stronger there, because we know he's a player with a lot of pace. And he's not necessarily known for rounds consistency either. But
I think if you
almost
mentioned the word
despite-
DvinJo, rounds consistency wouldn't enter my brain.
Yeah. But I was speaking to Epos earlier, who I always count as very knowledgeable on the Trackmania scene. He is analyst over on the main cast.
He is
Obviously.
also in our chat for some reason. Hello, Epos. Why aren't you on the main cast?
He's only analyst. He doesn't know anything to do. 20 quid if Acrose drives a 0.3.
All right, we'll keep an eye out.
Well,
Which second?
down
A
the wall,
57.3 or?
Yeah, it will be.
Oh, he's chilling.
Chilling for 30
Okay, his
minutes.
analyst is chilling. What is Acrose trying to type there? Next rotation, Itters coming Banat flock. What?
I think he's had a stroke. I can only.
Let's see how this
send
affects
out
his
my thoughts
driving.
and prayers to him and his family through this difficult time.
Oh, DvinJo clips the
DvinJo,
inside.
I was talking
that
about
no
how I
slide?
thought round consistency was a little stronger, but perhaps I
Spoke a bit
spoke
too
a
soon
little
there.
too early. Yeah.
Acrose going for that 20 quid by the looks of it.
Oh,
Pulls 0.1 ahead.
That's quick, but he doesn't get hit by the fact he's fragile. However, he will still lose time. Just huge clip generally, so he will drop to last. DvinJo, despite the early mistake, in third here, and this is a nice round for Socks on the map that I'm presuming, based off his tag, he's not mad about.
Maybe he just doesn't like Kerberos as a person. DvinJo hits the outside of the dirt as well.
Oh.
And he's going to drop down into last. Can Babz snipe Socks here? He's got more speed. No, and it's going to be Acrose 0.2 off getting that 20 quid.
Yeah. It's a very good pace though from Acrose, because if
yes.
I remember correctly,
yeah.
that 0.3 was about a 10 faster than world record. That's what the bet was. So,
oh, right, okay.
I think he has just driven a 10 off world record. I can't confirm it, I need to double check, but...
It's good job we've got an analyst in the chat. Come on.
Yeah.
Cough up the figures. As we go into the second round here on Creel, find Acrose again with an early lead. Babz hits the outside on that dirt downhill. And then you get some funky gears through the following section. Finds himself about 0.6 behind Socks.
Basically out of this round, to be honest, with the back-on gap here in Div 1.
Yeah. Unless there's any other major mistakes from anyone, possibly DvinJo had a bit of trouble on that last dirt section. Nobody clipping the grass. DvinJo is catching Socks here, but Acrose is very safe at the top. 0.4 between him and... Oh, Acrose.
Oh. What
just happened? I think he did clip the light pole, I think? And he's going to find himself in third here. He goes super wide there as well.
Is he going to get sniped?
What is he doing?
Oh, not quite. He holds on to it against Babz, but... yeah. Babz pushing a little too hard. He wants this 20 quid from Epos.
The world record is a 0.398 by Wizzy. Didn't Wizzy only just discover this map?
I think so.
2 hours ago.
Oh, Wizzy. I mean, realistically, world record is probably a 0.1 offline by Boss, but I don't know that for sure.
Or is possibly OC on about 20 different part maps, and they'll claim that he's got world record. But yeah, DvinJo challenging for first here on this round. Keeping up with Acrose. Oh no.
Are you sure?
Okay, not anymore. I won't say anything.
Tell you what, we have a pretty tight fight between the bottom three, though. Obviously, Acrose double points of anyone else in the match, pretty much. But Socks, Babz, and DvinJo all within 13 points of each other currently, and with DvinJo looking pretty much guaranteed to finish last here, that is going to tighten up even further.
Yeah, Babz finds himself 6 points adrift at the bottom.
I
don't think he's had a particularly... Yeah, considering he's one of the two players who kept their seed and didn't have to reseed. DvinJo picks up another last place though. But yeah, Babz possibly not having a nice time on these two harder maps. I think he might be glad to get back around onto Nino, where he looks significantly more comfortable.
I also think these two players are... they're not players I would have... Like, if you'd given me a list to fill in of who I thought seeds 9 to 16 were going to be, I think I would have put both DvinJo and Socks higher. I'm saying this, fully knowing I did this a couple of days ago. And I can't remember where I put anyone.
Babz is hit the wall.
Oh, Babz in the wall. He's a player who I really rate for consistency usually.
Yeah.
And he's just not quite it this time.
Yeah. But yeah, the seedings this time around, some very interesting results. Like, as you say, I would have put DvinJo and Sox a bit higher, but we see Josh and Nobody taking first and second place on the seedings.
Yeah, where did
Followed by
Matt
Matt T.
T.
Matt T overperformed. I
absolute
mean, Matt T was in
stonker
first.
performance.
Yeah, he was in Div 1 last season, but I think he was 16th seed. I mean, to the point where we've got
he
Matt P and
scraped
Leo
it.
down in the last two.
Yeah, how Leo ended up that far down in seeding, I have absolutely no idea. Right, Babz
No
is
idea.
now actually quite far adrift.
Yes.
That
Yeah.
is a 12-point gap now. Up to
He
third,
needs to
and he's
string
only got
together
40
some
left.
seconds, some first or seconds on this mind map.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how he got on here last time.
He
one of the things
picked
when...
up a lot of second places.
Okay,
but...
okay. I think he'll be happy to see this in rotation then, and if he is going to get thrown off last chance, he'd prefer this over Creel for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the way he's going, we could see him dip into last chance towards the end of this map, and then he's on to Drowsy, where he was getting sniped at the finish on most of the rounds. So I don't think he'll be feeling too confident on last chance if he does make it back onto the Jordan map. So we'll see how he gets on. He definitely looked much more comfortable in this one. But then again, so did everyone else. It's not the hardest map by any stretch. But we will see as we are about to finish off this first warm up.
Indeed, nearing the end of it.
We'll see what time Acrose and Sox are dropping here. 105s. Okay, good times from Sox there. Wow. Okay, Sox 0.4 improvement over any of the rounds that he had last time. So I think Sox has possibly got his head in the game a little bit more this time around.
I think he had a pretty rough start here.
Yeah.
Last time.
Yeah, so not good news for Babz if Sox has finally figured out how to play this map. Because he'll be
slightly offline there. But Sox currently in second. Everyone close together, everyone almost in a perfect line there. I know how that has happened. Sox looking quite fast here. It's hard to commentate because by the time I finish the sentence, we've swapped position again.
There's so many different lines through that section that get so many different amounts of speed, but then by the time you get to the next turn, it seems like everyone's back on equal footing anyway. But this dirt uphill could be the decider. Babz clips the inside.
Oh, it's not
and
what you
DvinJo's going to move up into third. Can
DvinJo
DvinJo reel in Sox here?
It's going to require a very good end,
speed.
and I don't think he has one. He'll pick up third though. That is going to throw Babz down onto 4 points, and with anything other than a win on a map that Acrose has not dropped a single round on so far.
So far. There's always a chance.
So far, it might be human. I'm not sure. But it is almost a certainty we'll see Babz dipping into last chance next round.
Yeah.
Right on board with him this time. See how he does.
Seems to be doing okay so far. Keeping up with DvinJo and Acrose. Takes that second place. How's he going to perform in this drift? Okay. Much more inside line through that quarter pipe. I'm baffled as to how he's decided that that's the better line, but it seems to work out. I don't know how you figure that section out. It was very weird when I was playing it. But he moves up into first here.
I think it's almost guaranteed. Babz is leading. It is so tight between him and Acrose though. It's going to come down to a matter of thousandths. Who will get the better drift here? I think Babz is probably full sending it. He knows it's first or nothing realistically, but it's not going to be enough to catch up to Acrose.
And he exactly moves into last chance.
And he will be on to last chance, but hopefully he can take a bit of confidence from that round. OC has managed to flag up the auto mod. Instantly.
actually heard me talking shit about him. Okay, fair enough. Understandable. So possibly Babs' last round here, depending on how he performs. DvinJo hits the outside of the dirt. A little bit of deja vu. I think he did that on the first rotation. Finds himself about 0.3 adrift of socks at the back. And Acrose up in the lead, as usual.
Babz
With a
in
fairly
second,
comfortable lead.
And I think
Babs is
Babz
in
will
second.
very much take that at the moment.
Yeah, it's just a matter of survival now.
For sure. He'll just be wanting to keep it clean. He's had a few issues with his dirt uphill. He has a nasty habit of going too inside and then getting flung out to the outside. And he basically does it again here, but the gap to DvinJo is enough that he'll get away with losing a little bit of time there. It's not going to matter too much, but he will be third. He will miss the opportunity to try and take a few more points off of Socks. And DvinJo, who at one point was looking in a slight, I'm not going to say very, but, you know, slightly comfortable second place, is now only on 3 points and at quite high risk of last chance himself.
Dropping his
However,
last chance, yeah. Socks has turned it around.
Yeah, so DvinJo will go on to last chance next round, unless he wins here. Huge round for two players, therefore.
Oh, they nearly clipped that outside. And DvinJo with a bit of a shaky line through here.
Yeah.
Babz has hit the outside of the
has
dirt.
Hit the outside, and is this all she wrote? Is this?
Oh, DvinJo!
No! Because
saved.
Oh, saved by DvinJo. DvinJo will probably kick himself if he watches this back, knowing I had a chance to knock out Babz there. I had a chance to, you know, guarantee, you know, worst case scenario, I'd pick up third place, but instead.
Yeah, and condemning a higher seas to a last place.
Yeah, but instead he will be, well, yeah, risking a double last chance with Babz here. Will Babz make it across finish line? That's all he has to do. Hopefully he drives it nice and safe for his own sake. He does, and we enter a double last chance. Socks will drop down to 7 points, so still with a small buffer, but not much at all.
Yeah, just needs to be second or above to survive, I believe. As we do move into Drowsy again, which is one where, I mean, nobody looked comfortable apart from Acrose, to be honest. So it could be anyone's game.
Drowsy, we saw DvinJo with a very, very good line at the end, so long as he can already DNFs, oh dear, I worry he's, might be in his own head. I know it's only warm-up, but...
Yeah.
It's not how you want to do your warm-up, it's just straight into a wall there. Babz also crashing warm-up, oh dear. Hopefully this isn't the sign of what's to come.
If they both DNF on last chance, can we get a... What is it? How does that work out now? Because after Matt P
they
and
both get the
Yariko break it, they both get the lower point.
Because
amazing.
they're both Muppet enough to go out on the same round, that's on them. To be honest.
So I think Acrose is also currently picking up all of the fastest laps. He's doing a full clean sweep at the moment.
Yeah, he'll be looking for 15 out of 15 points here, the absolute maximum he can pick up.
Yeah. And he's practicing the inside grass line. Fair enough.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Going for it. I can't say I blame him. He really has nothing else to do this match. He's on 78 points, which is just insane.
Yeah.
Everyone else is in single digital last chance. But he doesn't have fastest lap, actually.
Oh, fastest lap is DvinJo here.
Fastest lap, so yeah, Acrose really has something to go for here. And he'll have to go for it before the match ends.
Yeah, he'll be hoping that Socks can cling on a bit so he gets more
not the
bites.
start Babz would have wanted.
Oh,
and Babz goes into the wall twice. He's
DNF'd.
DNF'd.
He DNFs. He'll be hoping for a DvinJo DNF there. And he's left.
Oh,
fair enough.
I feel for Babz there. It's a really rough first match. And I think he would have been hoping for better in fourth place.
DvinJo's hit the pole as well.
DvinJo's crashed, but it's fine for him because I don't know if he has UI on, but if he does, he'll see. You know, Babz has crashed, just need to finish it and I get my third place. That said, he's given Socks another lifeline. Because if Socks were to
yeah, I
come
mean,
third this round, he'd have been out. Let's ride on board with Acrose to his end here. He will be pushing, going for fast slap if he can get it. That's a very clean ending line. And will he get it? He does.
He does.
1029. So Acrose back on for the clean sweep. And that's about a 2/10 improvement on top of what DvinJo drove.
Yeah. And we have another double last chance.
Went down to...
Socks missed the finish, I believe.
He missed the finish?
I think. Or maybe DvinJo sniped him. I was not paying attention. Apologies, everyone trying to watch.
But we have a double last chance with... so long as Acrose does an Acrose, this could well be kind of a deciding round for these last two players here. I mean, DvinJo versus Socks.
Yeah, the two lower seeds could pick up some handy points here.
Indeed, Socks clips there.
Socks. Oh.
And that's an even more brutal tip because you can't reverse after it because you have no brakes. And DvinJo...
Oh yeah. Oh god.
DvinJo...
yeah, DvinJo's got this.
Despite at one point, you know, it looked a bit risky for him. There's a point where he crashed, he allowed Babz to survive another round, he dropped down on his last chance, and I thought there was a real risk of him being eliminated. He is going to hold on to second place here, which, as a freshly seeded player, coming in as, I believe, the lowest seed in this match, he will very much take a second place. And that's a good start to his campaign for survival. We see Socks eliminated, and although the match is not done, the match is now done.
The match is probably done.
We can watch DvinJo versus Acrose. Acrose will lose.
Oh no, Acrose saying Dvinky with a question mark. I think they're going to do backwards.
They're going to do something silly. I am a little scared.
Oh no, okay, they are actually going to drive it. Okay,
they're going to drive forward.
Fair enough.
They do have something to fight for here, because DvinJo will be wondering whether he can try and snag a fastest lap point ahead of Acrose. The round, the match tonight might not be over quite yet. And we might not get onto the next map, unless this is all a big ploy by Acrose to try and get another shot of 20 quid for BIPL by getting onto the next map.
That's fair. Doesn't fancy his chances of getting the actual prize money, so he wants that 20 quid from BIPL.
Top 4 get prize money, so especially without EPOS playing, I'd fancy his chances.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually will put out a big prediction thing. After this match is done now, we actually know what seed everyone is. Acrose
goes inside line.
I love the commitment.
Oh no.
Go for it, but DvinJo is going to live another round, I think.
Yeah.
Nowhere near fast enough to challenge. Nowhere near fast enough to challenge at all for the fastest lap there.
Last round on Drowsy, and then can DvinJo survive to Creel?
I mean, big question. Well, I say it doesn't really matter. It'd probably be an entire map rotation, to be honest. More. A map rotation is 12 rounds, and I don't know, I can't like do maths. I know what I mean. Anyway, it would require
I know what you mean.
The most ridiculous comeback I've ever seen DvinJo to pick up.
Oh, he's hit the pole again. Okay.
Pole hit, Acrose
will
therefore be cementing in fast lap, and so long as he can just finish, he will be picking up first place. I feel like we haven't seen that much from this.
Acrose.
My guy. Anytime I try to say anything nice about someone,
DvinJo's DNF'd anyway.
You're DNF'd,
for God's sake.
State of this community. Oh well. I feel like we haven't seen him too much during this match because we were invested in the really tight battle between DvinJo, Socks, and Babz. That was an absolute titanic scrap.
Oh, he's going to BM him as well. Nice.
Acrose will pick up the win with an absolutely dominant 64 points left. It's absolutely insane to have held on to that many. He won so many rounds there, barely any mistakes, and if he wants a campaign for the title, that's the kind of start he would have wanted, and I think he'd be very, very happy with that.
I mean, especially considering he was coming up against Babz, who was only 2 seeding positions below him.
Exactly.
So absolutely thrashing there is impressive, and hopefully sets a precedent for his performance. I'd like to see him challenge the top positions, especially now we haven't. Unfortunately, we have no EPOS. I feel like Acrose is one of those people. Yeah, he's always been sort of around the periphery, but has never really been considered for those top 2 positions. So yeah, I'd like to see him go.
He's always been in a bit of a no man's land of like a little worse than kind of boss
Yeah.
EPOS Wizzy, but a little better than basically everyone else. I mean, Hendo kind of joined a bit of that no man's land recently. So I'll be very intrigued to see how the other top 3 have got on. So I will quickly see